In a shift from the conventional style of tackling insecurity, the Amotekun Corps in Oyo State says it was ready to use wild animals to combat bandits terrorizing the Southwest. Kunle Togun, Oyo commander of the corps, who dropped the hint during a public lecture in Ibadan, lamented the attack by herdsmen who killed and kidnapped for ransom. He said, and I quote, "For us to maintain peace and keep these bandits away, we resort to the use of bees and poisonous snake. I have traveled as far as Ibariba area to see great hunters on this." Okay, so the news about insecurity is no longer news again, because I think we're already getting used to it, but it's not a good one. We want it to go. So the government is trying the security architecture or apparatus, I don't even know, they are trying their best. And now Amotekun is coming up with another strategy. That, okay, we don't want to use the conventional style again, we don't want to carry guns again, we don't want to use armor tank again, we want to use poisonous snakes and bees. And I'm wondering, up at the end of the day, why are you trying to use poisonous snake? Hope you're not going to harm yourself. Because ordinary snake alone is poisonous on its own. Not to now go as far as you want to use poison. And again, if you don't know how to
control,
if you don't know how to manage bees, you'll get out at the end of the day. Because I know people that do bee business, they're always wearing protectives. So I don't know how you see this.
Yeah, well, you know, different styles to combating insecurity. Since what we have is not giving us the desired result as we want. But the thing is, just so when you're trying to do something, just be sure you don't end up doing the other. It's just what they call counterproductive efforts. For instance, you're trying to probably get something and treat yourself, and then you're harming yourself in the process of treating yourself. So it now makes what you're doing counterproductive, because it's not bringing the desired result. So while, like you said, if you don't know how to tame snakes, or how they call charm snakes, you're using poisonous snakes, what if the things are unleashed and that enters the communities? Because you have to do that. People have to live. People live in virtually almost everywhere in Nigeria. So if they are unleashed, now the people you're trying to save are now the ones who are hurt by your tactics or strategies you want to use in combating insecurity. So irrespective, whatever they're trying to do, I just hope that, let's look at the long-term plan. In the long run, what if it becomes a problem to now have to start getting the snakes back? It will now become, you now have snakes. For instance, you see a poisonous snake in your house, and I'm wondering your reaction to all of these things. Just be sure that they are not unleashed, and retrieving them becomes a problem.
So I was just wondering how they are going to use it. Maybe they will just look for the terrorist den and release the snakes to the
I don't see that as a very good idea, as a matter of fact, because these things are very poisonous. They're highly venomous. They could be unleashed. You know, these terrorists, now you're not even giving them an idea of what you want to
Yes, even saying it.
So you're now, for instance, I'm not a terrorist, but then if I am one, I already know, so I'm not protecting, I'm ready for whatever you're bringing. In fact, they will protect
their vicinity.
So,
there are plants
that use it against the people you're trying to save.
There are plants, there are leaves you can put in your vicinity to ward off snakes.
There are some things that should be kept to themselves.
Let's hear what something else.
Well, on a lighter note, a former U.S. President Donald Trump said he was going to deploy crocodiles and alligators, you know, to stem off migrants from the border wall with Mexico. So it's almost like this line in that sense. But seriously though, you have to understand that one of the challenges Amotekun are battling with is they've not been empowered by the law to carry guns. Yes. So that has probably restricted them in how effective they can be in providing more security for the people. The use of, you know, snakes and all, as you've said, I mean, there's the downside to it. Probably the positive side will be those who deploy the snakes are those who actually, you know, rear the snakes.
He said he's in touch with the hunters.
The hunters, that those who rear snakes for long, and you know, the snakes are literally, you know, family, so they can't hurt home. But we've also heard of instances where even zookeepers that have reared animals for so long, you know, turn against them. And also
highly venomous.
Exactly. As I said, it's a two-way thing. You know, the fact that they've reared these snakes for quite some time, the snakes know them well, they're cool and comfortable with them. But we've also heard of instances where an animal that was raised by a zookeeper, for example, turned again. So it's just a two-way thing. But it just shows you that we are really, really in a difficult situation when it comes to combating terrorism. Personally, I think that, you know, the state laws it's difficult, but they should be able to, you know, arm the regional security outfits so that they go to war against these guys, not just with batons and what have you, but they really go with guns.
Because of course they know that they are familiar with the territory.
Exactly.
Yeah. So let's hear what Nigerians are saying. At TJ Pumping says, I have seen Tarzan used it to secure victory.
That's a cartoon. You can't compare Tarzan and reality. That's a sarcastic statement.
Then at Henry Tanner says, hey, it's even a waste of time saying it. Deploy it already. So this person is saying, if you know this thing can work, why not just start using it already? And like Margaret said, coming out to say it is even very, very dangerous. Because again, the people you are trying to deploy these animals on, they already know and they will be prepared for you. That's just it. Moving on, the Ondo State Governor, Rotimi Akeredolu, has asked senior pastors and general overseers of churches in the country to sell the Muslim ticket of the ruling All Progressive Congress to their church members. This was contained in a statement issued by the Chief Press Secretary to the Governor, Richard Olatunde, on Monday. The Governor said he apologized to Christian clerics over the APC Muslim presidential ticket. He also appealed to them to help talk to their followers about the need to forgive and give the party a chance. And I think it means to say another chance, because the Nigerians have given them a chance before. So I remember INEC issued a statement that churches and mosques must not get involved in a political campaign. In fact, there's a what's it called now?
Within the electoral
yes, they must not get involved. So I'm surprised Governor Rotimi Akeredolu is coming up again to tell pastors, general overseers to talk to their church members. This is campaign already. Because if I'm a leader of a church, maybe a big church, for example, and I tell my church member, I vote for this party, I'm already campaigning already. And I know, even as a pastor, you don't have the right to convince or to beg your church members to vote for a particular party.
You can try to convince, but you can't force them.
You can't force them, thank you. You can't force them. Everybody have their right to.
It's a wrong thing to do. Quickly, one, he's a sitting governor encouraging, you know, churches to break the law. That's the Electoral Act. That's one. Two, is a former NBA president. He understands the law, you know, his son and all of that. You would expect him to abide by the law. So it's quite worrisome that that's coming from him through his chief press secretary. Having said that, I think INEC too is in a difficult position to actually control these things, because once the campaign season starts officially, you would have, you know, aspirants or candidates go to churches and mosques to meet with people. Even
when pastors are even party members.
Yeah, exactly. And then what you now have is, the pastor or the imam would welcome such a candidate to probably just address them. In the process of addressing, I mean, no candidate would sell the opposition. He will try to sell himself. So that's a form of campaign in the first place. I'm more interested in how INEC looks to regulate this law, really.
I think INEC should just go for Rotimi Akeredolu, because if there is a rule and if you break a rule, then you should face the consequences. And this is not just about APC. We've seen other political presidential candidates going from churches to churches, Redeem and Chosen and the likes.
All of them, even the most.
So the campaign is on already, whether we like it or not.
Yeah, quickly, the statement from Rotimi Akeredolu is out of place, as a matter of fact. Now, aside the fact that the clause in the Electoral Act says, and he did otherwise, the fact that the Christians, in that sense, already feel sidelined. So having to come to the same people that feel sidelined to tell them, to try to convince them, I'm trying to wonder what kind of act that is. So if you didn't put it in consideration when you were, because they already asked, I don't know, capable Christians from the north, since it has come from northern Nigeria. So if you didn't see them worthy to do that, so having to tell the same people that are already feeling marginalized to now vote, that's a very counterproductive effort. And like you said, INEC should come from Rotimi Akeredolu, because one, he's a sitting governor that should know the law and should be a custodian of the law. He's a former NBA president and he's a Nigerian. I'm sure for him to attain that position, he should be seen as a law-abiding Nigeria. So he had broken all the parts of the law that said don't do this. So it should serve as a warning for others. If the clause says religious bodies should not be involved and you're already trying to get vote, then that means you are breaking the law. And if the custodians of the law break the law, then what happens to you and I? That's probably we don't have no leadership position in Nigeria. So the INEC should do something just so it doesn't escalate.
Although he's a governor and he has immunity.
And I think his message to the pastor should have been, and let's all, as Nigerians, whether Muslim or Christians, let's work towards a free, fair, and credible election.
But they are the ones, I agree, but they are still the ones who put up the Muslim ticket in that sense. Well, I think that's all we can take for social media. Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone, for being a part of today's show. We'll leave you with a quote from Winston Churchill. The quote said, "Success is not final. Failure is not fatal. It is the courage to continue that counts." So your success, your failure is not the end of the road. The courage to continue, that's what counts for you. My name is Margaret Obara. Do enjoy the rest of your day.
And I'm Mercy Emmanuel. Have a blessed and successful day.
Do have a great day. I'm Samson Olede.